Dear David, you slow down the speed of your voice the same day as Jung on the D-Day. Now, each 6th of June, I don't think about the liberation of Europe, but I think of you and how the liberation of the language and the freedom of thinking was important in your life. I want to offer my gratitude for your lifelong inspiration and for having crossed my road. For me, you are like a Jedi lighthouse. You inspired me a great balance in the force of ideas between rigorous thinking and poetry, science and art, emotion and reason, shadow and light, and between the masculine and the feminine way of exploring the multiverse. You also inspired me to search for my native roots, and when my friend and Blackfoot barber who guided me on my ancestor journey showed me your book, Blackfoot Physic, without knowing that I was in contact with you, I saw this as a nice synchronistic message. The genius of synchronicity was always between us. My first encounter with you was in a small bookshop in Harvard. Your book, Synchronicity, the Bridge Between Matter and Mind, found me at the right kairotic time. I was just beginning my work as president of the Jungian Society of Quebec and started to write my book, Necessary Chances, that you have enlightened with your forward. Synchronicity is also linked to the genius of space. I remember the golden scarab that guided you to the village of Paris and felt the genius of the place in Paris each time I return. It is a place where I feel like being in a Carl Sagan movie. Another point of contact together was the movies that look at us. I would have loved to talk with you about the episode 9 of Star Wars that reflect our greatest collective fear symbolized by Palpatine, who represent the absolute evil by being an absolute fear like any virus that suck our life energy. I would have loved to explore with you the archetype of the hieros gamos, the sacred relation between masculine and feminine that is necessary to balance if we want to get rid of any absolute thing and create a sacred dance between the opposite. I would have loved to know your impression about the movie Arrival by Denis Villeneuve. The theme of time, language, and the encounter that transform us are at the core of this movie that you certainly have loved. Language can be a tool or an arm, an idea that you have shared all over your life. Your way of seeing synchronicity miss me and miss us a lot. After the death of another great mind, a mentor, Michel Cazenave in France, recently, synchronicity became a real joke with all the new gurus and the pseudoscience that is spreading like the COVID of the COVID. Jung and von Franz was very cautious of the risk of being paranoiac with all the life full of signs, and I remember we had to intervene in a workshop in Paris one day with a man that was suffering from an overdose of signs. If I have learned one thing about synchronicity with you, is that synchronistic encounter offer always a new language. I like to believe that dying is only slow down the speed of our words. Your voice is still alive in me and all over the genius of Paris. I hope that the language that you have offered to our world to help us marry science and art will be alive on earth and in our heart a long, long time ago, in the future of our children's and any galaxy far, far away.